Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, big rumors are swirling about the Vikings' next move. They're looking to beef up the defensive line, and if the deal with Dexter Lawrence from the Giants doesn't pan out, there's a potential Plan B in play. A player who fills a crucial position on defense is being eyed as the perfect fit for Minnesota. Could this be the game-changing move that takes the Vikings to the next level? Stay tuned for more details. Now, a lot of the early talk this season was about Dexter Lawrence from the Giants. But if that deal doesn't happen, Quinnen Williams might be the perfect backup plan for Minnesota. And let's be honest, backup plan hardly does justice to the kind of talent Williams brings to the table. At just 26 years old, Williams has already established himself as one of the most dominant defensive linemen in the NFL. Drafted number 3 overall by the Jets in 2019, he has racked up 35 sacks, 2 Pro Bowl selections, and a first-team All-Pro nod. His resume speaks for itself, but what's even more impressive is what he's done so far this season. Through the first 7 games of 2024, Williams has accumulated 15 tackles, 2 sacks, and 19 pressures. Imagine the kind of impact a player like Williams could have in Minnesota, especially given how much our defense has struggled at times this season to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. In fact, in our recent loss to the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff had way too much time to throw because we were forced to blitz on over half of his dropbacks. Bringing in a player like Williams would change that dynamic entirely, allowing our defense to apply pressure without constantly relying on the blitz. The Jets, sitting at 2-5 after a disappointing 37-15 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, seem to be spiraling toward a rebuild. That's where we come in. Minnesota, with a strong 5-1 record, is in prime position to make a push for a deep playoff run, and adding someone of Williams' caliber could be the key to solidifying our defense. The Jets might be open to parting ways with Williams, especially if they're looking to stockpile draft picks and shed expensive contracts. Speaking of contracts, Williams is in the first year of a 4-year, $96 million extension he signed last summer. That's a big number, but thanks to Minnesota's current cap situation, especially with a relatively cheap starting quarterback, it's something we can afford without mortgaging our future. Now, the big question is, what would we have to give up to get him? With limited draft assets for 2025, would the Vikings be willing to send a first-round pick to New York? That's something the front office will have to weigh carefully. But considering the Vikings weren't expected to be in such a strong position this season, being 5-1 changes the calculus. Instead of looking too far ahead and building for the future, we need to capitalize on this opportunity. We've got a real shot at making a run for the franchise's first ever Super Bowl win, and Quinnen Williams could be a pivotal piece in that puzzle. So Vikings fans, what do you think? Should we go all in for Quinnen Williams? Do you think he's the missing piece that could take us to the Super Bowl? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, go Vikings!